Who's ready? Yeah, I see the light of light coming up. Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Right. And shine. It smells so good in the morning. That fresh air smell. There's something about it makes you feel alive. I don't know. Maybe it's the elements, all the elements into our nostrils. The oxygen, the nitrogen, the vibrations start coming out, and you start feeling like one. You know what I mean? One with the universe, one with your day, and one that's not under toxic radar, as one might say. Let's get this open, shall we? Shall we? I love my life, man. I really do. I love my life. I've dodged some bullets and made some shine. And this morning, motivation time, we're going to talk about just some of those toxic tests. Luckily, I passed, right? I passed some toxic tests, and you're about to pass some toxic tests too in your life. I think we all have toxic tests that we're supposed to learn from, man. There's going to be tests that really test us, and I don't think most of us want to be tested, right? We want everything to just be smooth as a baby's bottom. Shout out to Steezy Sour Apple Wraps. Or if you're going to join Weed Club, you probably get one of these inside your weed swag bags. But this morning, not for nothing, let me get out my couple things here. Meditainer, medical container. I'm all out of weed, so I'm gonna have to smoke this and then roll a tobacco. But yeah, that'll work. First smoke of the day, just letting it sink in. Turned out my ex was sinking it in on me. Nothing's worse than trying to marry the town whore. I'm disappointed in myself. Found out not only did she abort my baby, but used another young man to help with the abortion, and now she's gone and cycled and used him, and is through with him. Right? I learned some new things about me and things that I wasn't wanting to see, and my toxicity and the toxic behaviors that I participate in. I was listening, and not for nothing, some toxic behaviors could be something small like a loud muffler on a truck, or your toxic behavior might be complaining, or just negativity in general. There's so much toxic behavior that we're not seeing. It happens to us, and it happens to us all. You might not see that you were angry from work earlier, or that the person you were trying to talk to wasn't really focusing, or there was an issue with their ability, and we don't get to really see all of it, right? You don't get to see that, that you're breeding familiarity, right? They say familiarity breeds contempt, but that's what ends up happening. You end up going into situations that were very similar to your childhood, which is a really weird situation, just because it's more familiar than something that's new. We are so afraid of what's new. You want to talk about a toxic test? Somebody that's not willing to look at what's happening in their lives to make it into a new reality is a toxic person. Somebody that's sitting there, and the one girl was like, "What's going on? Why'd you turn off my location?" He asked on the phone. He was so cute about it. She's like, "I just don't feel right. Everybody's saying I'm being toxic." And he goes, "Well, you're my type of toxic. Eh, vato loco." They were Hispanic. Anyway, my point being is that's most of us, right? That's all of us, actually. Matter of fact, we don't know how toxic we actually are, in fact, right? So that's going to be a tough one for most people to handle, is their own toxic test. Do you get stressed? I saw it the other day. My friend was making some weird ass comment on my page, and I was like, bro, I haven't heard from you since 2002, bro. 2002. And now all of a sudden you coming off and making weird ass comments. He was like, oh snaps, let me ask how you are and all this other shit. And I was just like, I'm fine, but not for nothing, that's a bit of the toxic test, is people that you ain't heard from, never liked your page, never said nothing, not even one thumbs up. And then the guy, like I was talking with Chris Ogain, he was fucking all of a sudden all up in my shit, trying to post about everything, blowing up the post when he never said nothing before. you know? And then you say, oh man, I'm really worried about you. I just don't want something to happen to you. Well, if you didn't want anything to happen to me, for reals, right? Then why didn't you call me? Uh-huh. I'll wait for your fake. All of it. People pretend like they really care, but they don't give a shit. That's not what they're really exhibiting. Good morning.
Want a joint there?
No, it's tobacco. You want some?
Nope.
Okay. Tobacco? I got her being a bitch on the line. She couldn't wait to say something, hated her life. And then they're like, good morning. And they were like, what are you rolling there? And I'm like, tobacco? Fake tobacco. They can't wait to start and say some shit. It's always going to be someone or some shit that hates their lives. You know, the stringy hair, don't care. Things happen, man. And then you'll get right in front of people. It would be better just to ignore people. And that's what we do. Ignore people in their hostility. That's a toxic test. You know, that there'd be some toxic environment around. First, it was the old white lady that was like, he's smoking weed. Then I stopped smoking weed out here and just started smoking tobacco. It's just me and my tobacco. And then it's, of course, legal. Now they look stupid, and then they can't say nothing. And, of course, they'll probably try to cause more trouble, like not for me to stay here, but I'm already leaving. And you just get stuck with some people that are stuck, bro. They're stuck in the ways that they act, the way that they think, and their toxic behavior. And this is why I'm having this conversation this morning. Thank God for this one's example setting. But yeah, this is just a tobacco, dude. You'd love for it to be weed. You'd love to fuck with me. You'd love to be able to stop me. But I already beat you to the punch about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when I was like, oh, these people are starting to stare at me, complain about me, find anything to bitch about. You know these people. You know these people where their whole lives they've been sitting there trying to bust on somebody instead of bust on themselves, or trying to be a pain in the ass. How many of us know tattletales? You know what we call that, you know, when you're being a tattletale when you were a kid? And your parents were sick of you coming into the room and just constantly telling them play by play of everything that was going on. You know, you got to have some sort of inside voice. That's another toxic trait too. People that have it all in their head, but they won't let it go. So that seems to be what ends up happening. You know, so I'm over here saying good morning, and this person's over there spraying negativity. This is the toxic behavior I'm talking about, and people are exhibiting. You got to watch it. Watch it, bro. I couldn't believe I couldn't see the forest through the trees. The woman was so beautiful. I didn't mind that she's already had 1,000 partners before me, or that she uses men like she uses underwear. And I was just one of the latest in her conquest. And I don't want to keep her in the subject. It just so happened I found out about this recently, but yeah, not for nothing. I knew it was a matter of time that you were going to use this person and use mine and make these things into a different type of reality than what it should be. And that's what you look at. You're like, why is my reality so skewed and negatively? Why would you be that way in the morning? You're going to stop another human being. You're going to regulate them, but you can't regulate yourself. You can't regulate your mood. You can't regulate your look. You can't regulate anything. And then that's what it is. People get unregulated, and that's why this conversation's about a toxic test, because we've all done it. Assumed that we weren't getting enough tension at the at a table when we're trying to go to a restaurant. You know, we'll complain and bitch. We'll be like, yo, where's my service? And the lady's like, the menu, the QR code's on the table, and you're so entitled that you think you deserve service or her attention or her time. Meanwhile, the fucking QR code's right on the table, and you're not helping yourself to get out of that situation. So that's what toxic is. People that can't control themselves. People that go around spreading negativity and can't wait to be the worst situation that they can be. I walked around here, I ain't seen nobody smiling. I've already got sweated by the East Side Crip. I already got sweated by cigarette. And then, one of the other Nancy's or Karens came by and was like, what are you doing? Just smoking a stogie, dog, like with tobacco. Legal, 18 and above outside in America, but you know what it is, dude. Someone's always going to try to bring some toxicity because they're toxic inside. They never love themselves, so they let a lot of men make love to them. They couldn't wait to fuck up my world and give me another abortion underneath my belt. And then the other one bitching and moaning all over the place for ADHD. And I was just like, yo, take me out of your brain for a second. You know, there's a lot of annoying energy like that where motherfuckers think that you live in their world, and you don't have to. Not my circus, not my monkeys. You know, I don't have to live in her world with the negativity. I don't have to get involved with it. She walked away knowing damn well that she wasn't right, but then I got her on my live so we can replay it. Eventually I won't live here. Like a Thanos snap, I'll be gone into the next world and on to the next. And that's what I'm about. I'm on to some next shit. I'm waiting for my aunt to bring me some food. I reached out, finally called her. She was helping me while I was in Thailand, and then I come back and she's helping me out some more. It's nice to have family. It's nice to have resources. You can call them up and say, yo, make me a little to-go box. Make me a little fucking care package. Help me out, man. I'm out here all the way. And that's what we do. We beg, borrow, and choose who we help, who's on our side, who's our friend, who's not. We do this shit all the fucking time. And we want to know. Go ahead, Mr. Truck. Why our energy's weird or something went sideways, you know? There's a lot of toxic energy out there. People that swear that they're your friends and then they're your frenemies. I was saying it to my friend in Norway. She wasn't your friend, she was your frenemy. Constantly jealous, trying to tear you down, and secretly talking shit behind your back when you're not around. Do you anybody have friends like that? People you swear they got your back, but really they're stabbing you in the back. This is toxic behavior. You know, if your friend's going to exhibit these kind of things, if your girlfriend's going to be with a bunch of dudes, if you got friends that constantly are negative and going to quit on you, you now know. There's your toxic test. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. Toxic tests exist everywhere, bro. They're in front of us. They're around us. Even fucking Karen just walked by again, unhappy, just hate life. So if I hate life, then I gotta vibrate that kind of energy and make sure I cause trouble. And instead of doing my job, just sticking to myself and making myself happy, my job is to now make everybody else unhappy around me because I'm not happy. And that's when you know if someone's toxic or not. If they have the ability to either raise your vibration or try to bring you down to theirs, that's when I cut that shit. I was out there with the girl and she was just bitching and moaning, and I was like, yo, I don't operate this way in the morning. I don't say fuck yous in the morning. Even if I'm tired, I find a new gear to fucking find the energy to figure it out. I talked about it yesterday. If you had the Snoop Dogg tickets, all of a sudden your energy goes right back up. Yep. All of a sudden your energy goes right back up and you're right back in the game and you don't seem to mind all the same. You get all of a sudden, it's like, oh shit, you know, there's an opportunity to get on Mr. Beast's show. Oh, let me get off the couch. But when it was time to get off the couch for exercise, you stayed. When it was time to get off the couch for communication, you stayed. And when it was time to get off the couch and start some energy, you stayed. And that's all there is to it. There's the only person to look at is yourself in the mirror and go, fuck, man, I had the opportunity, but I couldn't get myself to ignite. And that's a toxic behavior. These are all toxic tests that we have to pass inside of ourselves, and we just let them go past. We go inside of ourselves and we just start complaining and bitching, or we'll go from subject to subject to subject instead of harnessing our chi and sitting still and meditating. We'll go from subject to subject to subject. It's called stacking in psychological terms. And we'll, oh my God, I don't have enough money. Oh my God, I don't have no love. Oh my God, I'm lonely. And all these energies, right? Go ahead, Mr. Truck, I see you. All those energies come through us, and then we process them in a negative light. We'll start going like all these things are wrong. Our brain is fixated because we're training it. We're training our neural pathways to go, okay, if we freak out, then that'll fix the topic. As long as I obsess about the situation, then that's my best way of handling that situation. And that's just anxiety. That doesn't bring anything more than more stress. And people will be like that. People will be like that. People will be like, well, if I put more anger to it, or if I put if I complain more, I feel a little bit better. And it's like, in the end results, do you really? Do you really feel better by bringing other people down, Karen, Nancy, whatever your name is? Does it really make you feel good inside that you fucking make everybody feel bad inside? Then you're a narcissist. Then you're a destroyer of worlds. You're not a positive person. That's your toxic test. Can you bring your A game? And that's what they said. That's the only mark of your life is the way that you left people feeling. Right? Where did you leave a positive impact on that person before you left? No, odds are you probably brought them back down to your level where you're complaining, and you'll find friends that'll come complain with you, and usually they're drinking with you, and usually they have a fucked up life too. It's like, why take advice from someone whose life you wouldn't trade places with? That's a famous meme going around right now, but a lot of people take advice from people that they wouldn't even. Oh my god, this little bird is eating inside the cat. Look, he's in the cat bowl. Yeah, he was in the cat bowl chilling. I saw you. You saw me. How funny. But it's inevitable that we have to take a toxic test with ourselves and see just how toxic we all can be. It's mostly saints around here. So when your horns are on, how horny are you, right? You know what I mean? How horny do you get when your horns are on and things are happening to you in your world? That's your biggest test. You want to know what the test is? The toxic test is, and I'll save it for the last, but I'll tell you what it is. Toxic test is, how do I put this? Toxic test is how, man, I just lost it. I got high. Fuck, it was good too. That's just when you're gonna know your vibe. When you don't feel the need to find other people to bring down with you. You don't have to constantly call up everybody and complain. That's going to be your toxic test, is how often do you stress out and feel like you got to test other people with your stress test. Like, there's stress tests in every place you go, right? If you test yourself, you're stress testing all the fucking time. And if you're stressed, then you're going to be tested to the maximum. And that's the only reason you're going to fucking know. You know what I mean? If you've been tested and it keeps going and it fucks with you and you don't pass that test, it's going to get inside you and it's going to come out sideways. That's how you know your toxic test. And most people aren't willing to test themselves. They don't want to test anything of their toxicity or negativity or different outputs or different strategies. No, they continue on acting with the same behavior, expecting different results, and that's the definition of insanity, right? To keep doing the same thing over and over and hoping for different results instead of changing your attitude or changing your behavior or changing the outcome. You're expecting everybody to just take on board your shit, process it, and make you feel better, when the test is for you to make yourself feel better, man. It's no one else's job to make you feel happy. That's why I posted this thumbnail. No one's job to fucking hop in there and go like, yo, I'm just gonna put my hand up your ass and turn you into a Muppet and make you feel like the happiest person alive. No, you're gonna have to find it inside yourself. And a true toxic test knows that if you're putting out toxicity, it's not gonna come back that way. It's gonna come back tenfold. It's like karma. You know what I mean? It's like, how are you treating people, right? So if you've been treating people poorly, we already know what's going to happen for you. It's going to have a poor outcome. So it's really tough for us to look at ourselves and be like, oh shit, I'm the one that's been pulling shit. I'm the one with the bad behavior. I'm the one that hasn't been pulling my own load. Then that's it, man. That's the self-help, the pick me up, the positive affirmations that we all need to bring to our own A game, and stop bringing that negative game. That would be the first thing in itself. You want to know what people want around them, especially wealthy people. The dude's paying people to be happy around him. He's like, I'll double your largest salary ever over at Zappos. Bring me your biggest paycheck ever. I'm going to double it. All I want you to do is be happy around me. But you see how impossible that is. You see people that look for a negative wherever there's a positive. You see people that complain over everything. I can't even be around people that go like, oh man, we're going to have the worst seats in the movie. Boop, you're fired. Or oh man, we're late. They're not going to give us the seats we want in a restaurant. Boop, you're fired. Anybody that finds a fucking problem for every solution is fired by me, bro. I don't want to have anything to do with them. I don't want them to have anything to do with me. And there goes the other Karen. As you can see, she was walking past with her lunch and negativity. Man, you got to bring that light. You got to put smiles on people's faces. Is all you can do is leave a trail of fucking bodies, then you know you're a murderer, right? How many abortions, how many boyfriends, how many fucking divorces, how many breakups, how many blocks have you been putting out there? And that's what it is, bro. I stopped blocking people. I'm like, if you're that way, you're gonna want to get away from me anyway. You want to block yourself. True story. And I watch people bounce off of me like I'm a lighthouse and it's the worst weather and their boats just keep coming out and I'm trying to emit my light, but they're in stormy weather, so they still crash up against the land and into the isthmus. So it's one of those that we all have a chance to get ourselves out of our own fucking weeds, right? You can smoke weed, but to get yourself out of your own fucking weeds, man, where you beating yourself up, I'm not enough, I'm not making enough, I should be doing this. Those are all negative self-talks. And then you get into the zone where you're on the other end, where it's like, did I bring my A game? Did every time I call this friend, am I always just complaining? Or do I call people when I don't need anything? Now, this is another toxic test. We're just using motherfuckers. Wait, I need help with my bills, so I go get a boyfriend. Or wait, I feel lonely, so I jump online and I post some weird sympathy post. Or wait, please look at my virtue signaling and think that I'm a good person, even though damn well all of us have the capacity to have the horns and the halo on literally at the same time. So I just watch it. I'm just watching the toxicity test bounce off of people and the people that I call, and if they start going on about parasites or the government or can't wait to say what the devil is alive, you can participate that way. Whatever you focus on expands. So if you want to think that it's all gloom and doom, that's your toxic test right there, bro. You're already like, fuck, man. Every time I look around, all I see is negativity. All I see is demons. All I see is things that don't make sense to me. That's going to be your reality. And that's unfortunately but true. All of us have this vision in our heads. We all live in our own reality up inside this dome between the ears. And unless we fucking get to it and like really focus it, this thing runs amok. It just runs fucking amok. It'll run from problem to problem, stack them up. And then it'll even regress and go back into our childhood. And then daddy did love me. Daddy doesn't care to take me to the fair and wash my underwear, right? You're going to go right through everything that never worked out for you. And then you're in a toxic mindset. Instead of an open mindset or a business mindset or a possible mindset, you'll go back to the mindset where everything's wrong. You're going to hate everything in life. You're going to go walking around sharing your hate with people. You're not going to be a light. You're going to just be a fucking shipyard full of shipwrecks all the way down there in Davy Jones' locker. And there's plenty of people down there, bro. There's plenty of dead souls, people that didn't make it, sad stories, But to levitate up, to rise up above the water, to rise up above the fray, above all the negativity, then you're passing your own your test. You're passing this litmus test that life is, to see if you're gonna take what you're given, like I said yesterday about the cards in your hand, and are you gonna keep mucking them and fucking them, or are you gonna try to make the most out of your hand, stick with it, check through, and try to hit a river and make something most out of the cards that were dealt to you? This is our lives. This is it, this is it. Are we going around being Captain Sunshine, or are we going around being Negative Nancy? You already saw Negative Nancy. She's walking by being negative again. And you already see people that hate their lives when they're at their job and they're just like, what else can I get you? That's what it is. They can't fucking stand. They hate their lives. And that's when I argue with people, when I get to arguments like I was in Thailand and I was picking up the trash and the girl tried chewing me out for it. It's like, it's not my fucking job to do this. And she's like, you always here smoking weed. You never buy anything. It's like, because your drinks are expensive and all I need is water. Amen. So I watch people like that. I watch everybody fucking try to pull some shit. Is this my aunt? Is she coming up? That might be my aunt. Nissan? I don't know. But if that's her, I'm going to get food and I'm going to get saved, and then some positive outcome when I was ready to save myself, when I stopped bitching about not having no money or nobody lending me anything so I could go eat food. Up comes my aunt who's been helping me since Thailand, saying, hey, I got a card for you. You can go you can go get some food pantry food. I got the card for you. This thing's starting to get loud. I don't know who that is, but if that's my aunt, I'm gonna fucking go get it. Go get me a box of food, bro. Get saved. Save myself. If I fucking open my mouth, I can save myself and things won't be so stressed no mo. So, we all gotta look inside of our lives. We all gotta figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out if that's my aunt or not. I don't know. I don't see her though. Hold tight. The sun's shining. It kind of looks hard, but I can't see all the way on the inside. So it's locked. I don't think she sees me, but anyway, that's it, man. Watching the toxic behavior of all of us, ourselves and others, will really go further into your world, man. Once you know that there's people that are trying to drag you down, these could be your lovers. Shit, I almost married Oslo's #1 hooker, and I was convinced of it. I was so shocked at it when they were telling me all about this, and I was just like, no way. There's girls that can just use you for sex or supply or attention. No way. They'll get the most out of you and just hop from the lap to somebody else. No way. You know, this kind of no way became the way. It became like the only way, and it was scary that that was what was going on, and I needed to figure it out. I was shocked by it, bro. I was really genuinely shocked by the behavior, and now I'm fucking genuinely shocked by my actions, and now I gotta get away from everybody to get a reaction and make something happen for myself. So I'm gonna go grab this key. I think that's my aunt right there, but you know, not for nothing, man. We got to start helping ourselves, you know? And if other people aren't going to be of help, get away from them. Look for people that are trying to help you. Look for people that are making your mental stability better instead of worse. There's so many motherfuckers out there, you know, that are drilling holes in canoes, and they don't care how you feel or how you process it. They just want company, you know? That's it, dude. And they say misery loves company. Well, that's the fucking truth of it, bro. They can't wait to have you feel the way that they feel instead of improving your feelings and your outlook and your mindset. They're over there fucking drilling holes in the canoe. But then I got high, da 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 da. Yeah, dude, I was in the middle of a deep thought. There was something there for me where I was sitting there and I was like, that would be your ultimate toxic test. And now it's left me. I'm sitting here smoking and it's gone. So I'm just being honest. But yeah, man, there was something there where that was like, that's how you know if you're toxic, you know? That's how you know if you're toxic. Do people leave with understanding and compatibility, or do they leave with frustration and negativity? And it's all in the vibe. And we all know if we're vibing with someone, if we like someone, if we think that they're the right fit for us, or all of those things. Yep, all those things are inside of us, and they're ricocheting more than anything you're gonna do. Looking up someone's background check, that ain't gonna cut it. You know, trying to examine it. Oh shit, there's another one of these ladies. I don't know. I don't think that's her. I don't want you to get nobody in trouble here, but yeah, I think that's my aunt. We're about to find out. Show some light on it, but. Yeah, I had a solid thought. There was this solid thought, and then it just disappeared. And now I'm like, what did that all mean? You know, I'll never know if you know what I mean. So let me go check if this is my auntie. I want to get these food from her, get past things. I don't know. It looks like her car, but if not, figure it out, bro. In life, get around some of that positivity, because Lord knows. There's a bunch of negativity out there, and motherfuckers be pulling up. Oh, no, she already got out of her car. I was trying to load her. Oh, there's that energy right there. She would have texted me, so anyway. No, I was too soon, but coming soon is just my ability to take situations and get some kind of understanding to it, sit still long enough so it doesn't affect me, not go with my first reaction. I write a lot of emails that I don't send. I do a lot of breathing, and I patiently wait for the answer to ascend. And that's this morning's marijuana motivation. If you got anything out of this, you already know. Like, share, and subscribe below. Your boy Marky Saint's Addiction. I have a dream, and every morning I'm trying to achieve. I am achieving my dreams, and there is no trying. There's only doing over here. So either you're gonna get up, get into it, and get the sunshine on you, and let it fucking sink in, or you're gonna get back inside and start ping-ponging shit around and making it all wrong, and first you go right, then you go wrong, and then you live up here too long, you know what I mean? So peace and love, and as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever and fiendish, and I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, or subscribe. The other side of your excuses, the other side of your fears, the other side of the world, that's where I'll be. So yeah, man. Fuck that toxicity, man. I mean, you can see it now. I couldn't see it before, but now that I can identify it, I'm on the other side. Peace.